Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, West Africa. Good morning, Africa. Good morning, Earth. Good morning, Milky Way.
Wow, really? Milky Way. I'm sorry, I couldn't hold it. All the way to the Milky Way and back again. We would like to welcome you to another Humdinger edition of the week. Well, you've probably been wondering what we've been up to. We're wondering what you have been up to as well. Are you achieving all those goals that you set out for yourself at the beginning of the week? Or are you, maybe you're already shut down for the year?
Take them easy. If it reach you to quit, just quit. But you know what we're doing here on Wake Up Nigeria? We're too legit to quit.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to your numero uno breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Mike Mesekeno.
And I'm Titilayo Oyinson. You can, of course, join in the conversation by using our hashtag across all social media platforms to share your thoughts. Your comments and contributions are always welcome. We're building a community of positivity, and you are an essential part of it.
Oh, I like that. You're rhyming. Well. We have, what's it now? What's the name of that? Is she a superhero? An anti-hero?
An anti-hero.
The one with the poison ivy.
Oh, really? Poison ivy?
Because it's green.
Stop.
Green and red.
Mike, why?
MM, you need a red lipstick, a very deep red one. Where is it, MM? Not the nude you're wearing, the very deep red lipstick. Are you going to do it for me, MM?
Mike, they want us to go all the way.
Red one. I did a red one. Are you going to do it for me?
Don't worry. That's a special order. And I'm going to make sure it's delivered.
Definitely.
Just for you.
Definitely. It's great to have you, MM.
How are you guys doing this morning?
Great.
How was your weekend? I had a long weekend.
Oh, you did. You did.
I did.
Very long weekend.
Definitely did. Yourself and Titi we're taking Lagos to the Milky Way.
Yes.
Well.
We're taking the message of Lagos to positivity and all the jazz. I saw some jazz on stage. Anyways, well, it's going to be a wonderful show that we have in store for you today. We'll start off this morning. We have Miracle Ihioma, a dynamic speaker, author, clinical psychologist, a life coach, and a spiritual shepherd. Now, it's going to be here to talk to us on relationship, pressure points to expect in the first year of marriage.
Then we have Oluwakemi Jeje. It's going to be amazing what we discussed today. We are planning for the holidays. What to eat and what not to eat is part of the conversation. We always like to chop everywhere we go during the holidays. Now, festive nutritional tips is our focus.
Should be a crime having that much color on the screen. And of course, we've got the Afrobeat singer and songwriter, Weedy, to perform for us this morning. And of course, Sosa Bernard will be our final guest this morning. We'll be talking to her about her career and what's up on the horizon.
All right. Yes, I saw the promo for the TVC Womens Network, the fair that's happening very soon next week.
Yes. You just how did you just get the words out of my mouth? I was just
the president. Now I'm trying. I have to suck up to the president.
Yes. Oh yeah. I know.
This president didn't try.
What happened?
She know.
How she know they try? This one.
Hey,
this is.
For me to,
I just say the best president.
For me to get something, I have to call her out for 2 years consistently on air. And then if I don't call her 2 years.
No, that's not work related.
She is the president of the TVC Womens Network.
Yes, and we have a sales fair coming up to wrap up the year. And I'm pretty excited about this one because, and this was born from the fact that we observed or we noticed that we have quite a few female entrepreneurs here working with TVC. And what's a way to, empower them, support their businesses, also give them networking opportunities. So this is what this sales fair is going to cater to. It's strictly for women, female entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
So if you're a female entrepreneur and you would like to, exhibit at the sales fair, you need to reach out to the information on the promo, to the number on the promo. And so we're having this for 3 days, from the 15th to the 17th.
This presidential.
What?
My friend, this president.
My friend.
Can mail buy?
Yes. No, it's open. No, female entrepreneurs are the ones selling their products.
Exhibiting and selling their products, okay.
But the male, of course, the male.
So I found out that in recent months and maybe even years, fairs have been around Lagos, and it does help, you know, because about the fair, you would normally maybe see something you might not just normally see,
Yeah.
and probably at a more
Discounted price. Yes.
So I would want to say that fairs are quite a very good thing, and this is a laudable effort.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you.
And the truth is, this December, the prices of almost everything have already gone up. So everyone is looking for a good deal here and there. Tried to get onions yesterday. 4 tiny looking ones were 1,000 naira.
Babe, just close your eyes.
Wow.
I know it's going to take your time and energy, but go to Mart 12 and at least buy quite, you know,
a sizable
amount.
How do you store onions if you don't want it to get? You keep it in the
put it in a basket. Open basket.
Open air.
Yeah, open air.
Leave it open, right?
Yeah. Make sure it doesn't have any moisture around it.
Someone very scrawny onions, when they told me the price, I just got it and then I kept it in the open. But it looked like it was still shriveling or something.
Yeah.
Even though it was in the open. So I was like, is there a better way to store onions?
So we will talk about that in a little while. It has a lot to do with the atmosphere and, of course, the weather, how long your onions are going to last.
The news, I am Mike Messikeno. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission on Tuesday called for an increase in the 76.58 billion naira allocated to it for 2024 to enable it fight the anti-graft war effectively. They made the appeal during the budget defense meeting with the House Committee on Financial Crimes. National Assembly correspondent Joke Adisa reports on this and other activities in the House.
There has been a surge in the sophistication of financial crimes in Nigeria and beyond. From corruption, money laundering to cyber crimes, one agency that seems to still be hot in the pursuit of perpetrators is the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. At this budget defense meeting, the Commission's chairman appeals to the lawmakers to jack up the budgetary allocation for 2024 so as to enhance the fight against corruption.
If we manage to investigate and prosecute crimes, you will also manage to abuse us that we are not working. We don't want to manage. So that's why we increased it to 25 billion that we think will suffice, for us to operate in year 2024.
The EFCC chairman disclosed that the Commission received zero allocation for capital projects in 2023. The committee assures the EFCC of its support as it calls for technological advancement and international collaboration to tame graft.
Have you tried to liaise with the Ministry of Finance or the Budget Office to know why nothing has been released for capital? If you have, maybe you furnish us. If your efforts or maybe they are not listening to you, this committee can step in.
The House Committee on Basic Education and Examinations turned down the representatives of JAMB, NAPTEPS and others over failure to provide letters of authorization from their chief executive officers. The committee insists on the appearance of their CEOs.
JAMB is also represented. The leader, the man heading JAMB is not here. Then WAEC, the same. And you know that this is a very reputable committee.
Across other committee rooms, lawmakers unveiled the comprehensive work plans to guide their oversight functions.
Our appointment to this committee is a demonstration of the seriousness the House leadership attached to this committee to oversee the repositioning of manpower development drive.
Thus, the committee shall take very serious its oversight responsibility. We will insist on value for money in all projects and programs of the agencies.
In the coming days, the committee rooms would get busier as lawmakers play host to government agencies in a bid by the National Assembly to conclude work on the 2024 budget in record time. Joke Adisa, TVC News, Abuja.
We'll take a time out now. Stay with us. We're back in a bit. If it was left to my own virtues, I would have been ranting. There's a particular rant that I've ranted. But the ladies have been in a zen moment, and they told me to ghost this particular rant that I've ranted. Because I don't. It's not because if I ranted this rant, something would have happened.
So what I actually meant was to say was, look at you playing a TT.
Oh, wow.
Ghosted this particular conversation.
No.
So I think we need to define what ghosting
means.
So ghosting is referring to...
No, let's talk about why we're talking about ghosting.
Ma'am.
Okay.
What is ghost? What is ghost? Do you believe in ghosts?
I don't believe in.
Do you believe in ghosts? Do you believe in supernatural, in ghosts?
Yes, I do believe in the supernatural.
But do you believe in ghosts?
I believe in ghosts.
I believe in the Holy Ghost.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I'm saying here, I'm referring to suddenly ending all communication and avoiding contact with another person without any apparent warning or explanation, or ignoring any previous attempts at communication. So that's what it is in 2023, to ghost someone.
Isn't it funny, but when you're talking about real ghosts are trying to communicate with you.
Yeah, it is ironic, actually. Very ironic.
It is.
But now the question is...
human beings are running away from communicating.
On social media, there was this really interesting post, you know, about it being either clear or unclear communication. If someone breaks all communication with you, is it clear to you what this person wants or not? Is this person giving you the response you actually need, the way you need it? Are you getting the closure you need to end any type of relationship? Now, in terms of relationship, I'm not just talking about boy-girl now. I'm just talking about maybe a girlfriend that maybe she just has some kind of vibe, and then suddenly you just don't hear from her anymore, you know?
Does this happen to everyone?
I think it's happened to me. I think it's
everyone,
happened to me before.
you've either ghosted someone or someone has ghosted you.
Are you
And
sure about that?
It is what it is. It is what it is. I mean, there are some people or some situations you'd rather not explain. You'd rather not talk about it. Some of them could be from a wrong or maybe a misconception, something you might even be the one that was wrong because you heard something that was not right, and it's your responsibility. It has happened to every single person, and it is what it is. Yes, in some ways, ghosting is actually communication. Ghosting is actually saying a lot.
I would agree with you, Mike, because as much as I like to believe that, I mean, what's the bane of any friendship or relationship is communication. Yeah. It's a critical and even the most intricate part of or element in any relationship at all, whether cordial or casual or romantic. Yeah. Do you understand? So in the situation, I also understand that a lot of people are not very good with communicating their feelings. I also understand that, but it is only fair to whatever that relationship at the time meant to you to communicate what it was or what it is that is the reason for wanting to be away from that relationship or for not wanting to continue that relationship.
So now I'm hearing quite a few things. I'm hearing some things that lead to avoiding confrontation. Maybe you don't want to confront this person. You don't know what the response is going to be. You don't know if she's going to, scratch her face or she's going to scream. She's going to, like, if a guy wants to break up with a girl, what is the most common way that these guys break up? Do they
Mike has probably ghosted a lot of women in this lifetime.
Because you just don't know what the woman's going to do. And even so I've actually had a guy cry. Yeah.
From what?
Yeah, when I said sorry, I've had a guy cry. And I did not want to ever see that happen again.
So you came back?
No, I'm saying...
So she just walks away.
No, so
quietly.
I'm walking away.
It's block on all platforms.
See, look.
But you understand what I'm saying? So there's some things you just don't want to experience. So I think that's why some people ghost.
See, people talk about communication being key. No, communication is not key. It's not key.
What is key?
Comprehension.
Comprehension, yes. Understanding what is being communicated.
Because a lot of people are talking or communicating as it were, and then I've had issues whereby I'm saying something and we're actually spending time to communicate, but we're not moving forward. Why? Because the person
is not listening.
Is listening to respond. The person is not actually understanding what I'm saying. So I tell you that you can communicate and it will still be messed up. But if there's comprehension, there's a lesser susceptibility to that relationship being broken than if it's just communication. Comprehension. So understand, try to make sure, look, I'm communicating here, but do you understand what I'm saying? Do you comprehend? Do you understand when I say, I don't like this in this particular way? Is it a flimsy something, or is it something that maybe I might have an allergy?
Okay.
I say I don't like crayfish in my food.
Yeah. And
But you're not listening.
Then you put crayfish, and you don't like, sometimes we take this we don't like now.
Yeah. Wow.
But then I saw a picture of a lady who took a goosey soup.
Yes, and her face.
And was admitted. And the way she looked like a trailer hitter. From the swellings on her face to how her body was contorted on the bed. I was like, but it might just be a simple allergy. So somebody might be thinking of, you don't like something, it might just be flimsy. My point is, understand. If you need to break things down, so that the person can actually understand, not just talking, not just communicating, but comprehending.
There's only one thing I think warrants ghosting, and I think that's maybe a threat of violence or physical abuse.
Some people are just wicked.
It's not by wickedness.
Some people are just wicked. They already knew from the inception of that relationship that it wasn't going anywhere. The minute they get what they want, they just it says it's a lie.
It's not wickedness.
Let's not vindicate that action with what you just said.
It's not wickedness.
I'm just saying there are some women that are actually afraid for their lives at a certain point with certain men.
Let's not justify, rather.
We are not trying to justify, but I'm just trying to say, if, for instance, there is a threat of violence or threat to life or fear for one's life, ghosting and disappearing.
What happened to phone?
But they've already
what
said
happened to text messaging? What happened to sending a message that, oh dear, the reason I've decided to be away from you is whatever reasons. But not keeping somebody in the dark, constantly asking and wondering, what did I do? Why did this person stay away from me? What have I done? And they're constantly blaming themselves. At the end of the day, it may not even be, what if you're communicating to that person what the problem was, is also another way for them to help to be better.
But as you said before, the person may have been speaking, the person was not understanding.
In the case of not speaking, Uncle.
Okay.
All right.
But I just want to tell you one thing. This is a tip for you. You understand? As you are going out, look at people on their phone, your WhatsApp. The people that put disappearing messages, one. Number two, the people that do messages on red, those people that when you read
those don't know if it's red or not.
Those people, they have a higher chance. After empirical survey and review, they have a 85% higher chance of ghosting you.
Passwords. The ones that password they are.
These two.
Wow.
Their red receipt is off. So I am sure that they are more susceptible to ghosting. Both of them.
Mike, we can't ghost you now.
That's all.
We can't ghost
That's all. These two.
Uncle Mike, we got you.
We'd like to hear your thoughts on this topic. Have you ever been ghosted before? Have you ghosted someone? Let us know on all our socials at TVC Connect. We have to go on a quick break now. The show continues shortly. Shebi Timo herself.
Shebi Timo
In
myself.
flesh. And in all her glory.
Yes, so.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Great.
So good.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Just glowing, doing shakara
Yeah.
for us.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm not bad too.
Shebi Timo this morning, of course, she'll be making white rice and ofada sauce.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's run through the ingredients.
Yes, this is our
Timo.
green pepper.
Okay.
Mixed peppers in green.
What kind of pepper is that?
Green. The green, unripe.
Oh, the unripe
Rodo,
pepper.
yes.
Atarodo.
Yes.
Okay.
But not the one that is hot.
Okay. Okay. And then.
Okay. And our fish.
Okay.
You can use any kind of
Fish.
or meat. But I'm using Titus fish. This is our rice. Like I said, it's white rice, not the regular fada rice. This
Okay.
is rice. Our onions, crayfish, spice, locust beans, egg, bomo, and our fish.
Panla.
Panla percent. There's snail here too.
Oh, there is?
There is, and there is inside this paste.
Oh, okay. So this is quite a rich sauce that we're making this morning, because it has got a lot of proteins in it. Now let's talk about the eggs. Are we boiling them? Are we frying them? What exactly are we
We are
doing with
boiling
eggs?
it.
Okay.
Egg and the fada sauce.
Oh, fada sauce always has eggs in there. But really, why though? I've ever wondered why.
No, it's just, no.
You're just putting boiled eggs inside stew.
You don't like boiled egg?
No, I love boiled eggs, but I mean, I like, well, anyways, we all
It's
like
just
what we like,
the normal
right?
thing. It's not that if you don't have it, you cannot eat it, but it's just like egg in your father. It's just making it look different. You know?
Okay. All right, great. In these times where a crate of eggs now, we are talking how much? 3.5 now. So
Don't go.
Okay, so what are we
But if you have
starting
farm
with?
around you can still get it at 2.5.
Okay, because it's cheaper, right, from the poultry. All right. So what are we starting with?
So I'm starting with the sauce.
Okay. I see that you had palm oil in there earlier on.
Yes.
Okay, so are we bleaching the palm
Not
oil?
so bleached.
Okay.
But it's going to be hot.
Hot. Okay.
No,
okay.
bleached oil is not really good for our health. So I'm not going to bleach it, but at least it's going to be the should come out. You know,
it's going to do when you pour the onions in.
Exactly.
I like it. Okay, that's a lot of onions.
See, onion, you can't go wrong with your onions.
Oh yes, you
onions
can't.
is very, but
yeah.
it's expensive now. Titi was saying the other time, I was like,
let's not even talk about it. Usually, a bath of onions that I'll buy usually for like 5,000 naira. Now it's for 17,000.
Onion is not gold.
Okay, so let's pour in our onions.
Yeah, we are going.
I see that they've been cut into chunks. Okay, it's not sheen yet.
It's not sheen yet, but it's
not hot. It's not as hot as we want it, but it's okay.
But the locust beans is going as well.
That is a lot of locust beans. All of that?
Yes.
Ooh, okay.
That's what nice. It's called ofada sauce.
Ofada sauce. And well, locust beans are also very healthy. They've got they've got quite, some nutritional benefits that's, good for you. And most importantly, they're antioxidants. They'll help to boost your immune system. And they also help to fight quite a number of diseases. I think including your heart disease as well, yeah. Okay.
Rice is going, it's
Has
washed.
It been washed? Has it been washed?
Yes,
okay.
So we are putting it inside it.
Okay. So we're just making white rice and then having our fada sauce. If you missed out on the, ingredients earlier on, they're right there on your screen. So we're having our rice, which we're cooking right now. We have our mixed pepper blend, which is the unripe pepper. We call this ayamase. Is it?
You can, yes.
You can call it ayamase.
Ayamase sauce. No.
Is it ayamase or ayamase?
Ayamase. What's ayamase? That's why I use that word, ofada sauce.
Ofada sauce. You can call it ayamase. So you can also have your ayamase sauce with
your white rice.
You can have it with yam as well, right?
You can have it with
quite a variety of things. You can have it with yam.
Even though you want to eat
sweet potatoes. Okay, I think that is where.
It's still sauce.
Okay, all right. So yeah, we're getting things started. We're prepping up here in the kitchen with ayamase sauce and rice. And while we're waiting for our oil to let's head over to the couch for our newspaper review with Mike and Titi.
Yes, indeed. It's about time for us to take a quick look at what's happening on the covers of the dailies. The newspapers have loads of headlines today. Mike is here with me, as always. We're starting with The Nation newspaper this morning, Wednesday, December 6th, 2023. Army explains accidental drone attack on villagers. DHQ intelligence showed terrorist movement, it says. Our family lost 34 people. NEMA say 85 killed, 66 injured. Tinubu sympathizes, orders probe of incident. We are repositioning police, says Minister Iman Sulaiman Ibrahim. Page 12 has more on that. CBN blames cash crunch on uneven flow, huge withdrawal. And on the Japa syndrome, Nigerian kills wife in UK over bills. Mike.
Yeah, I definitely want to talk about the drone attack. Very, very sad. Maybe this is one of the first few times I can remember that you can see a security agency take responsibility for what happened. Let's go further. A very, very concise investigation should happen, but this does happen. Even in ongoing wars around the world, you see where things happen where, okay, hey, some target was hit and that wasn't what was planned. So collateral damage, I don't like to sound that way, but it does happen. Collateral damage, but it shouldn't be just numbers. Apart from whatever should happen, they should be well compensated. What I mean is that, look, the federal government should take it upon themselves. Someone said they lost 34 family members. No amount of money can replace those people. No amount of money can justify, their lives or something. But I'm saying that, look, there should be enough compensation for them. The government should say, okay, look, hey, since you're saying what's already happened, due compensation, financially and otherwise, and maybe relocation should be awarded to these families and all that. And it's so sad, and we pray for the repose of the souls of those that were lost.
Very sad, very sad. There's not many occasions where we even hear about the details of such actions by the military.
By the military,
but this time they are coming out to
take responsibility for it.
Key there.
So that's a good start.
The same basic headline from what you said is on the cover of the Daily Trust. You want to take the Daily Trust, Mike?
No, I don't have it here. If you could just
I have Kaduna massacre. Northern leaders, others demand compensation, just as you said just a few minutes ago. Residents narrate ordeal. Tinubu orders probe. We were pursuing terrorists, military say. And Shehu Sani says, your statement insensitive. Meanwhile, Sanusi, Bamali, others call for calm. And attack product of recklessness, say Amnesty International. Now, yes, based on the number of people affected, the term recklessness does sort of come to mind because, when you think about it, the artillery that's being used, it needs to be really well thought out before, that button is pressed, if I can put it that way. But let's move on to other stories now. 2024, it says here, Tinubu Shetima's trips, meals gulp 10 billion as villas, animals get 201 million naira. Court orders execution of ex-soldier for killing Yobe Islamic cleric. On COP28, Sheikh Tinubu stewards cooks among Nigerian delegation. And there is a photo story there right at the bottom of the page on the Kaduna issue we mentioned.
Yeah, maybe there's been talk about COP28 and all of that. The federal government came out to clarify that that it's just a little bit over 400 delegates that were sent, not the 1,400 that has been passed about in the media.
1,144.
Okay. So if the federal government has said that, then let's take it for what it is, for what they said it is. But then it's not a big deal taking. If you had any foreign delegation coming to somewhere, you wouldn't want them having issues with the food there.
Nutrition.
With nutrition, exactly. Yeah. So we've seen it. In fact, some other people they'll bring the cars they will drive. You remember the few times, once or twice. I remember when the US president had to come to Nigeria. I still remember what happened that period. Yeah. Down, of course, even the water I would drink, they will bring everything from there. Yeah. So it's not the issue of taking stewards and cookies not out of place for any foreign delegation going to somewhere. You don't want to go and eat something now, then you're
funny enough.
Now start, but that's an issue.
Sometimes they also say it's being considerate to the hosts because the hosts would have to spend a lot of money taking care of that delegation. Yeah, so the host country.
So, but the point is that Nigerians are crying out as much as possible. We need to reduce excessive spending, waste or padding, as it were. We need our leaders to also understand and feel the pulse of the people.
Now let's head over to the Punch. Here, this very similar headline: Kaduna village bombing, death toll hits 120. Villagers alleged military bombed twice. One family loses 32 members, it says here on the Punch. Culprits must be punished. Survivors, ACF, JNI tell military. And the army chief begs victims, says soldiers mistook villagers for bandits. It also says at the top left there, on auction, presidential aircraft bidders get December 24th deadline. Federal government seeks 35 billion naira to revive Ajaokuta Steel. Power Finance Ministries to get 618 billion naira loan, CSOs kick. And at the bottom there, it says over 9,000 civil servants fail promotion exam. That's what we have on the cover of the Punch.
So a few things I want to mention here. Just recently, of course, we've seen this happen over time, but university students have been protesting for a number of reasons, and then it came up again about how some, I can't remember the particular school now, but they were talking about how their papers, their papers were being thrown away, and how You remember how it was for school?
Sure.
The best lecturers or the most feared lecturers or the biggest lecturers are the ones that the students fail their courses the most. I'm like, if you have 50 students and 40 fail, that means you didn't do your job. We need to reorient ourselves when it comes to how teaching should happen. But we don't have time for me to expatiate on that. I wish I had more time, but yeah, that's all that we can take.
Yeah. Honestly, there's so many angles to take loads of these stories from, and we'd love to hear your thoughts as well. Use the hashtag WakeupNigeria on TVC and let us know your thoughts on the headlines for this morning. Let's take a quick break and be back with more. Welcome back. Now it's time for us to take our relationship segment. Now, relationships often build up to marriage, and I say often, lightly. And as soon as the wedding is over, what happens? You know, couples start to get to know each other. And the first 1 year is filled with so many different activities. And that's what we want to talk about today. We have Miracle Ihuoma with us. He is a dynamic speaker, author, clinical psychologist, a life coach, and spiritual shepherd. Now, he's worked with different individuals, families, organizations as a family life therapist for over a decade. And on relationships today, we're talking about pressure points to expect in the first year of marriage. It's great to have you in the studio with us.
It's good to be here. I'm excited.
So based on that profile, I have a feeling you have a lot of couples going in and out of your office on the regular. Am I right?
You are.
So is it more common to find couples within the first 1 year having, strong questions to ask?
Yeah. Many marriages break within the first 5 years of marriage,
okay,
according to research. That's because usually there's usually a process.
Okay.
And many times when couples are not willing or have the resilience to go through that process, they come crashing or give up on themselves.
Okay.
Yeah. So usually every relationship or marriage starts with what is known as the forming stage, where the butterflies are in the tummy, where, the art of relationship and marriage, you are enjoying yourselves, you are in love, chemicals are all over your brain, and then you're thinking about this person day and night. But then, after some point, reality begins to set in. And then you begin to see that this person has weaknesses, this person has issues, this person is flawed in that sense. So it's from that stage, that's what we now call storming. So you now begin to have those discrepancies. You begin to have a divergence of values, beliefs about whatnot, right? And then it's at this point that many people break up or get a divorce because they are not now able to go to the next stage, which is numbing. Right? And then, of course, when numbing takes place, then it's very feasible that you would have a winning or a performing marriage, which is the last stage. So usually, marriages within the first 5 years, plateau at the storming stage, and then it goes their separate ways.
So now, we're starting today with the first 1 year.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the pressure points, let's say, couples should be aware of and maybe try to avoid, or are they always going to happen?
Yeah, a lot of the pressure points for the first 1 year are as a result of lack of preparation, which is also a result of lack of knowledge, right? Because for a lot of couples, how many people even get to do proper preparation for marriage? How many people know what is called marriage education? A lot of people don't get educated about these things. They just feel like, okay, if I'm in love, then it's going to work. Without knowing that there are many things to know about even yourself, about your partner, about marriage as an institution, about a lot of those things that would help you in sustaining it. So a lot of these pressure points as a result of lack of preparation by the individuals going into that marriage.
Okay. So now let's talk about them. Let's see if we can pinpoint some of the more common pressure points that you've spoken to couples about. What's the first thing that often comes up?
Yes, so usually, so for instance, I did some sort of survey yesterday. I just asked a lot of couples who just got married. Okay, what are your pressure points? You know, knowing I was going to come on TV today. Okay. And to my surprise, almost all of them had different things to say about what their pressure points were.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So someone, it was communication. It was the fact that, okay, they didn't understand communication, communication styles and things like that in their first 1 year. For another person, it was finance. The fact that, oh, they didn't have enough money and it put some pressure on the marriage and things like that. For some other person, it was in-laws. Oh, somebody had to come and stay, an in-law had to come and stay with them, and that affected a lot with communication, conflict resolution, you know, and things like that. So it really differs from person to person. Right? And usually, like I said, the most important thing would now be how couples are prepared and ready for those things, you know, in the first 1 year. Because usually, a lot of couples or a lot of people going into marriage are not ready, are not prepared for those challenges. So when they meet those challenges, they don't know what to do. Yeah, it's the same thing with parenting a first child. For a lot of people, when they give birth to their first child, they don't know what to do because it's the first time they're having to be a parent. So they are clueless. So a lot of the times, firstborn children are like scapegoats, you know, lab rats that they use for experimentation, where they now get it right afterwards. So it's the same thing for a lot of people who are coming into marriage for the first year. They are clueless about what to do. Okay, wow, I've never been in this situation before.
You've never been married before.
You've never been married before. Because no matter how long you have been in a premarital relationship, it is still a premarital relationship. It's not a marital relationship. Okay. So when you now get to start living with the person, you will then see things that you did not see before then. And then if you're not prepared about how to go about that, how to approach it, how to resolve those issues, then you begin to crack, you know, which can then become fatal.
There was a term you used earlier in this conversation. You said that you begin to realize that your partner is flawed.
Yeah.
Every individual has flaws.
Exactly.
So how do couples begin to, you know, get over this realization when the butterflies begin to fade? And it is often within the first 1 year of marriage. So what sort of advice would you give them?
Yes. So you need to know this. So if you're listening to me right now and you're not even married, you need to know that you are never going to marry a perfect person. The same way you are not perfect anyway. Right? So just look at yourself, how you know that you're flawed yourself. You know that you have weaknesses. You know that you're not perfect. It's the same way you're not perfect. Whoever it is you're going to end up with, you're going to marry to, is not also going to be perfect. They're going to have issues. They're going to have weaknesses, right? And then that is why a major part of marriage is forgiveness. And usually forgiveness the very foundation of forgiveness must be understanding that the other person is imperfect. That must be the foundation. Because when you realize that somebody else is not perfect, it's easier to forgive them, right? Because a lot of the times, the reason we hold things against other people is because we think they did whatever they did, knowing that what they did would hurt us, and they still go ahead to do it. But when we realize that whatever your partner does, they are doing most likely out of a weakness and not out of wickedness.
Wow.
Or they are doing it out of ignorance. So it's either they don't know any better or they have a weakness in that particular area. That's why they are doing what they are doing. When you have that knowledge, it is easier to actually forgive them, knowing that, okay, this person is not doing it because they want to wicked me. No, they are doing it because they have a weakness in this area or they're just ignorant about how to even do any better.
I have to say a huge thank you to you. I don't think we can exhaust this particular topic, and it would be great to hear your thoughts as well. Use our hashtag WakeupNigeria on TVC and let us know if you have any questions, and we will be tagging a Miracle Ihuoma as well, and hopefully responding to your questions. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
We need you to come back next week. We have to go a bit further on these pressure points, early days in marriage. But at this point, let's head over to the kitchen. We don't have a pressure cooker in the kitchen, but there is a lot of pressure to have a good meal this morning. Am I right, MM?
Yes, there is no pressure cooker. But yes, we want to eat because, hey, we know we got out really early. But hey, welcome back to the kitchen, guys. With me here is Chef Shebiotimo. Shebiotimo, calm down now. Eh?
Yes, ma'am.
Be calming down.
Yes, mama.
I know that you are very passionate about cooking.
Why I want to put this koma is this koma has to enter and
has to cook it
soup.
enter.
So
you want the sauce, the
muta, you know.
Well, be calming down. We need to remind our viewers what it is we are making, what's the process for the cooking. You know, we are not doing this for us, we are doing it also for you at home watching, right?
Yeah.
So let's quickly talk about the ingredients and where you are right now.
Okay. We are doing white rice and ayamashi sauce, which is ofada sauce, popular as ofada sauce.
Yeah.
So our pepper, our sauce is going on.
Okay.
Red
so
oil,
tell us what have you done?
Red oil, then the mixed pepper, which is the unripe pepper, then our spice, crayfish, onions, and locust beans.
Yes.
So now I want to put this.
The pomo in. Okay.
So it can be soaked and can enter it.
So that all the flavor goes into the pomo, so that for every bite and for every
you are feeling it. So I'm putting this too.
Yeah.
You can use any kind of fish. You can use any kind of protein. We are going to use Titus fish. The Titus is coming in later because after putting the Titus, we won't be able to stir anymore.
Oh, okay. Because we don't want it to, you know, you don't want it to break.
You can do as much as your pocket is, and you can be so minimal about it. Just depending on your purse. So I'm putting this pala now.
But then, is this pepper expensive?
Now it's expensive, but before, you hardly see people that...
Because you think that because it's the unripe pepper, it will be way cheaper.
No, it's not. It's
even
expensive than the regular pepper.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Because people knows it now. People want to eat it because the fuse is more idea.
Oh, it's a healthier option than the regular pepper.
And it's not always too hot.
Okay.
Yes, it's not always too hot. So
that's
you can do with your rodo, your bawa, your tomatoes, depending on how you want it hot. But this doesn't have any tomatoes. You can do unripe tomatoes and unripe bawa too.
Oh, okay. Now let's talk about the blending process for the pepper, because I say it's not finely blended. It's not smoothly blended. Rather,
you can use your grater.
Roughly blended.
You can use your grater. You can use your number one, your blender. You can use your hand. Using the hand is... Maybe I'll come and do the hand.
Yeah, I think you should also teach us that, because I feel like there's a certain flavor that's
for me.
Grander.
Maybe our next show.
Yeah, we should do, right?
Do the fizzy and
okay. All right, we have to go on a quick break now. It's the top of the hour. Let's start prepping up here in the kitchen, but hey, we'll be right back. Stay with us.
Welcome back, wonderful people. It's the second hour of Wake Up Nigeria. Now, if you missed us in the first hour, you actually missed quite a bit.
I wanted to say, but you actually did miss quite a bit. But of course, the next 45 minutes, there's still quite some more to come on the show. We'll be giving shout-outs and all that other stuff. And of course, Super Tongue has been giving us some super preparation with what is happening. There's Kpala, there's Bomo, there's Titus, there's Snail. Super Tongue is just set today. And everybody just looking, Juwon, Taiwan, you're looking at our gilly, you know? They did food in there last night. Yeah, they want to use and finish it. How far? What's going on with the kitchen?
Well, breakfast is coming up really ready, very well. Ayamashe sauce is almost ready. Our rice is ready. Oh, that rice looks good. There's nothing like a hot
rice
plate of soft, well-cooked rice. Yes, I do.
All right, before makes us hungry, let's tell everyone what's still up on the show. My name is Titilayo Oniso.
Mike Mexicano is mine. You can hit us up on social media. Use the hashtag WakeupNigeria on TVC. We're now live on X. You can watch the show live. And of course, across other platforms, GOTV 16. Terrestrial band, ultra high frequency 49. And of course, we have Oluwakemi Jeje for nutrition. And like I said, this, oh God.
Look at that array of food.
I've lost my train of thought.
Don't lose your train of thought.
It's okay, I'm not talking again.
That's how food looks during Christmas. But how much of it should you be consuming? Strategies for maintaining a healthy diet during the holiday season. That's what we're talking about today.
One diet I know is not going to be healthy is when I go for Titi's yearly grill.
Afrobeat singer and songwriter Quiddy is going to be here for a musical performance.
Sosa Bernard will be our final guest as we'll be talking about her career and what's up on the horizon for her.
Okay.
So yesterday night, I managed to watch episode 4 of a particular series that the MM and TTA have not allowed me to rest over. Squid Game, the challenge. Yeah, this is the problem with that series. You come in, you're okay, we're going to play a game, and that game, there's phone inside. I come, phone! Oh, phone!
Oh, yeah, somebody wants to pick the phone, somebody doesn't want to pick
What's
the phone.
the drama?
No, but the phone could mean anything.
I'm just saying that they were a little, not a little, they were over the top with their display of emotions. They know what they were coming for. They were over the top, well over the top.
I don't think
think so. That's a lot of
I think those emotions were genuine.
There were some emotions that were there. I mean, you saw someone trying to throw up and all that. But all it's the all and ours, that part. When something happens,
What's wrong with owing and hours?
Those are real things,
you know when you raise up a card?
What?
You know what I love
like
the most about the show, which I think a lot of people should go watch? It is the twists and turns.
Yeah.
The twists and turns were very, very, they were unpredictable. I loved every bit of that show. I really loved it.
I think one that stood out for me was the boat part. I wish that when we move, when we rebrand, we have somewhere we can play stuff like that. That boat and all the missiles part. I liked it.
I loved that one.
All right. It's about time for us to have a conversation with the amazing young Nigerian actor called Sosa Bernard. Now, she has trained for acting for screen at the Ebony Life Academy and has featured in over 30 Nollywood movies and series. And she even had the opportunity to do a 260-episode series earlier on. I think that was in 2020. Now, when you have someone who's been grilled in the Nollywood industry that way, you can see why she shines. Welcome to the studio, Sosa. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Now, I love the smile on your face. And I went through your profile and I'm like, wow, girl, you've done amazing stuff on screen.
Thank you very much.
So you need to let us in on that journey, how it all began.
Acting, right?
Acting, of course.
Started like a while back, 3 years, thereabouts. So I think I was in school because it's not always been acting. Actually, there was a time in my life where I wanted to do music.
Okay.
I was crazy about music because, I mean, I'm a church girl, so I've always been in choir, so I wanted to sing. But, you know, there was this time in my school church.
Okay.
They gave me a role to play.
Yeah.
Mary, Mother of Jesus.
Well, this is the period for that. Christmas is coming. Mary, Mother of Jesus.
Yeah.
All right.
And I'm like, no, I can't do this. What do you want me to do? I've never done this. Like, you can do it. You know, I was forced to do it. And somehow, it was seamless.
Okay.
I blew my own mind, and people appreciated it. Like, you know, I felt like, okay, it wasn't that bad after all. So from that point, they started giving me roles, different characters to play, and I just realized that this thing comes easy to me.
Okay.
So I started watching movies, not just for watching sake, not just for the story, but now for the acting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I watch, okay, this thing this person did in this scene.
Yeah.
If I had that script, how would I do it? How would I say that line? Can I, you know, from that point, I started doing monologues, you know, reaching out to producers. I didn't even know how to go about it.
You didn't really have like a mentor in the industry. You were just sort of finding your way.
I was not even in Lagos. I was in Benin doing masters in school.
Okay.
You know, so at some point, I think in 2020, I was still doing masters before COVID. I saw an audition flyer. African Magic was to do an audition in Benin.
Okay.
And I'm like, Benin.
Right.
Do they act in Benin? Are you for real?
And when you got there, the whole world was there, Abby?
My mind was, there won't be much. Let me go there and show off.
Wow.
And then I went on the second day and I was number 700 and something.
That's Nigerian auditions for you.
You know, I was shocked. I wanted to turn back, but I just felt, let me do it. There's no harm in trying. And then when I was done, I got a very tiny paper. I didn't know it was a callback. So on my way home, I was, you know, gisting with somebody that we met at the audition. I'm like, this thing they even gave us. I thought it was something for everybody who auditioned. And she's like, you got something. I didn't get it. You know, I felt bad for her.
Oh.
Yes.
And that was it?
That was it. On my way home, I got a call to be back the next day, you know, to audition for, like, the next stage audition.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So now, what is it like to do a full-on series? Now, a lot of actors do movies, maybe they shoot for maybe 10, 15, 30 days.
Yeah.
But you did a 260-episode series.
Yes, and I didn't just do a 260-episode series. I did it as a newbie.
Wow.
So it was different for me. It was a whole journey. It was a learning curve. It was a roller coaster. Because, you know, in the beginning, you get this role and you're excited. Oh, my God, you know, I'm going to do this. I can't wait to see myself on screen. You're telling people.
Yeah.
But in the middle of it, you're acting with people who have been in this game for over 10 years. People who are experts.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't even know how to move your hand in the scene.
Wow. Okay.
So in the middle of it, I started making research, trying to be better, so I'm not the weak link.
Okay.
You get?
Yeah.
Started watching movies, reading a lot.
So let's tell them the name of this series we're talking about.
This series is called Enake.
Enake.
Yes.
And so it's all been aired? Have all episodes aired now?
Yes, actually.
All episodes.
Yes.
Yeah, all episodes have aired.
Yeah, the first year was on Showcase.
Okay.
Second year, Urban, and then this year, Family.
Fantastic. So it's still showing, people are still watching, and it must be a really surreal experience seeing that every other day. But there is this energy that comes with, let's say, younger actors in the industry. And you did mention already that you were on set with people that had been in the industry for a long time. Do you think there's a difference in styles? What do you think? Like a difference in acting styles?
Of course, it's different for everybody because if you bring a particular script for 10 different people, they are going to interpret it 10 different ways.
Okay.
So like my coach in acting school would say, there is no bad acting, just bad decision. Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Speaking of, acting coaches, you did go for Ebony Life Academy.
Yes, right after Enake, I decided, I want to be better. I want to be like this guy. Acting has to be seamless because I'm always hungry for more. Anything I do, I want to be like the best at it, It
was worth it going to school for this?
It was.
Because you had already got a master's and then you had got a whole full-on series. So what were you learning now?
Oh, my God. There's always a lot to learn. Anything you find yourself doing, it will do you good to learn more. Yes.
I have to ask, the project you're working on right now, I think you're on set for something right now?
Yes, I am shooting a series for MMA Young titled Survivor.
Okay.
Yes.
What sort of role are you playing in this?
This one, she's like a spoiled brat.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of, from a rich home, but I won't talk much on projects I just wrapped on that, I am looking forward to.
Okay.
I'm not allowed to say much, but I played I played 16.
16?
Yes, 16 years old.
You played a 16-year-old?
Yes.
How did that work? How does that, how did you pull that off?
Okay, so first of all, the character, I loved it.
Okay. So
I had to do extra work. I worked out.
Wow.
I had to lose weight.
Okay, of course.
For the character, it's a story that has to do with drug abuse and all, and I think that is all I can say for now.
Okay.
It's a series, but everybody should watch out.
So I know something was screened at AFRIF.
Yes, that.
That was what was screened at AFRIF?
No, not that one.
Okay, which one?
Okay, this is titled Road On.
Okay.
It's an Accelerate Filmmakers project.
Okay.
Yes, and on this one, it's a short film actually, but a very beautiful, different short film. I played two characters.
In the same short film?
Same short film. Yeah, okay. The lead character. And I played a mother and a mystical being.
There are always themes of mysticism and, very ethnic, cultural things going on now. But I'm wondering how you felt about the fact that it was screened at AFRIF. How did that make you feel?
Okay. I felt good. Because this is something different from every other thing I've done. When I saw the script, I was excited. I had to just drop a Sosa somewhere, I picked up a rode on. Because this is not me. This is an old woman. This is a being that I don't know, that we don't know. And, you know, I had to just do my research, spoke with the director. Are we on the same page on this? And all of that. And it came out beautifully well. So the story is I wanted to go see that film at Afrif, but I was on set of that series I talked about. Okay. So by the time I got there, in fact, before I got there, I started getting tags on Instagram. Oh my God, this is beautiful. You know, I was in a hurry to get them. People were hugging me. So, you know, it's a beautiful film.
So I feel like your journey is one of grace. Actually. You've been getting some powerful roles, and there is a reason why they keep picking you, they keep selecting you. And I felt it as soon as we met earlier on, and I have a feeling I'm going to really enjoy some of your work. I'm going to be looking out for it myself. But let's hear from you what your future plans are. Any plans to direct, produce, or you just want to stay in front of the camera?
No. So the plan is, actually, when I'm acting, when I see a script, I always have a vision, you know, from a different point of view. For every character, I see how I think this character should be. So when I'm in a scene with my scene partner, sometimes I just mention, how about you do it like this? And then they do it like that, and it turns out beautifully well. So I really would love to direct, not just direct, get professional knowledge, and also produce my own film. So.
All right then. Well, Miss Seva, the actor, call me when you get to your...
You go do audition.
I will come and audition for you.
No,
but really, it's great to meet you. It's great to have you here. And we are definitely going to be looking out for your work.
Please do.
And speaking of your work, I think we have a clip or two that we can show. Let's see.
What's your name?
My name is Beauty.
Obviously. What's happening in Singapore?
I am joining my boyfriend for a vacation.
That was a nice way to round up that.
You should not have said that, because you're not getting that visa, are you?
Definitely not.
Welcome to the kitchen. And this is Chef Shebutima, and this morning she's made for you rice with ayamashi sauce.
Yes.
So quickly, we'd like you to have a taste.
Yes, so
let us know what you think. I hope you like the fada sauce.
Let me just take
Of course.
All right. Please, let us know what you think. Everything was cooked right here from scratch.
Okay.
Ooh. Fantastic.
Looking good.
Okay. It is looking good.
Okay.
Nice. Okay, she's going for another spoon. I think that tells us everything we need to know.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, that's it?
No, tell us what you think.
Okay, so I think this is really tasty. Really tasty.
Okay.
I love the sauce.
Okay, fantastic.
Nice. Well done, Shebutima.
We trust Chef Shebutima for that. We trust her. All right, thank you, Super Tongues Concept. Thank you so much, Sosa.
For having me.
Thank you for everyone coming on the show today. We will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.